Two things real quick. First, sorry it took me so long to upload again. I just got done graduating college and been kind of out celebrating, being done with school. So sorry for that. And two, if you're gonna call someone out for being on their phone during the movie, guess what? You're just as distracting as the person on their phone. So keep it zipped, get a manager, it'll take care of itself. Alright, back to the movie. Review. So I saw Alien Covenant finally, and this movie, it's not your typical kind of sci-fi horror movie. It reminds me a lot of the very first Alien movie, back from the 70s with Sigourney Weaver and John Hurt. It's a good movie. Actually, it's not a good movie. It's an amazing movie. It's one of the best sci-fi movies ever and one of the best horror movies ever. It's probably the best sci-fi horror movie ever. And there have been a bunch of sequels, some good, some not so good. And this kind of harkens back to, it is a prequel. It is a prequel to Alien. It's not like a sequel to Alien Resurrection. It's a Prometheus sequel and an Alien prequel. And they do mention Prometheus a decent amount throughout the movie. And they do talk about, this is what happened afterwards. This is how things happened. This is where a lot of the alien organisms originated. And it's one of those movies where, here's how it starts. Is that, this massive ship called the Covenant is trying to colonize another planet with 2,000 colonists, 1,600 embryos, and 15 crew members who are all couples. And James Franco is in this movie. He dies in the first 15 minutes. I don't know what the point of that was. I'm sorry. I don't get the point of that, why he was even in this movie or why that was even part of the movie to begin with. He dies so quickly. And it's not a spoiler. It happens within the first 10 minutes of the movie, so it's not a spoiler. You don't miss anything. But it gets into they see a planet and they're fixing up a ship because an accident happened, and Danny McBride's character, Tennessee, hears a rogue radio transmission. And of course, they're like, well, we should go investigate this. It's on a habitable planet. Maybe this place is a lot more habitable than the place we're going to, because this place will take us a few weeks to get to, whereas the other place will take us 7 years. And so they decide to go down there and they investigate this planet, and it kind of shows off kind of where things went with Prometheus after this, and where things kind of go from there, and kind of what leads to Alien. Now, what did I like about this movie? The acting is very, very good, even from Danny McBride. Yeah, the guy from Heartbreak Kid, Pineapple Express, Eastbound and Down. Tons of comedic stuff. He can pull off this good performance. It was very good. Michael Fassbender as Walter is really good. He plays as a robot. He plays an android and does just fine. Is very very stoic, very standard, not really just what's the word? Not so stiff that he has no personality, but He has enough personality that you can believe him to be an android, but not too little that he's just wooden, if that makes any sense. The effects are great. The alien in this movie, he is big, he is bulky, and he is gonna rip your face off. He was great. The aliens were great. The set design, the cinematography was great. There wasn't really much I had to complain about this movie, except for, the things I didn't like are in the story, and I have to drift into spoilers to do that, so I'm going to drift into spoilers. So here's your spoiler warning right now. If you don't want to see spoilers, just watch the spoiler warning. You can turn the audio off, and when it gets to, when the spoiler warning label goes off, that's when you can watch the movie. Alright, so here's what happened, is that David from Prometheus, some years ago, he actually killed Elizabeth Shaw from Prometheus. He killed her and wants to kill the entire human race because he believes that that robots don't need to serve humans, and we're not meant to serve. So he goes out to extinguish the entire human race, and he actually genetically engineers the aliens. I found that to be incredibly stupid. That he genetically engineered the aliens. Like, he takes Walter down into this abyss, into this like sewer area, and says like, yeah, these are my perfections, these are my creations, and they're the eggs. The eggs has like the face grabber things, you know, those things. He has like the face grabber things like in those eggs. He shows him that, and then he shows actually it wasn't Walter, it was the captain of the ship. He shows the captain like, yeah, these are what I perfected. And what ends up happening is like, yeah, it latches onto his face like it does in other movies, and out of his chest comes the alien that you're familiar with. And I was like, really, like, it kind of contradicts the lore, because you think, oh, well, you know, so he created that. Well, in Aliens, there was a queen. So did he genetically engineer the queen too? Like, where did the queen come from? I feel like parts of it kind of slice away, kind of erase parts of the lore, and I thought that was dumb. But really, like, that's like the one thing I had that I really didn't like about the movie. I think everything else was great. All right, spoiler warning over. Back to the normal review. So, all in all, like, overall, I thought this movie was very entertaining. It's a slow burn. It's a Ridley Scott movie, so it's not going to get right into the action right away. But if you want to take, like, your girlfriend or your boyfriend to this, to get a good scare, to get like a good, like, whoo kind of movie, it's a good movie. I mean, it's gory, it's graphic, it deserves its R rating, and I give this movie a 9 out of 10. With the exception of what I mentioned in my spoiler area of this review, I thought this movie was awesome. I totally recommend it. If you're an Alien fan, if you're a horror movie fan, if you're a sci-fi movie fan, you'll like this movie. Alright, thank you everyone for watching my review. If you want to watch my last one, it is over here. And everyone click my face right down below and subscribe, that'd be awesome. I'll upload videos at least once a week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!